The sun dipped low over the Utah desert, casting a golden glow across the dusty road where Gabby Petito sat in the driver's seat of her white van. At 22, she felt the world stretching out before her, an endless canvas of adventure. The van, her little nomadic home, was packed with dreams, a camera for her YouTube channel, sketchbooks filled with doodles of mountains and wildflowers, and a playlist of songs that made her feel free. She'd always been a dreamer, her stepfather once said, the kind of girl who could turn a quiet moment into a burst of light. Brian was beside her, his hands restless, his voice sharp as he scrolled through his phone. They'd been on the road for weeks, chasing the van life she'd envisioned since they'd left New York, her home, now a distant memory. At first it was magic campfires under starlit skies, Instagram posts of them laughing by waterfalls. But lately, the air between them felt heavy, like a storm brewing behind the horizon. That day, the tension snapped. A passerby saw them arguing near Arches National Park, voices rising, hands flailing. Police arrived, lights flashing against the red rock. Gabby's eyes were red, her breath shaky as she tried to explain, her OCD flaring, her frustration spilling over. Brian stayed calm, too calm, spinning a story that painted her as the one unraveling. The officers separated them for the night, leaving Gabby with the van and Brian in a motel. She sat alone, staring at the ceiling she'd decorated with fairy lights, wondering how love had turned into this. Days later, her phone buzzed with a strange text to her mom. "Can you help Stan?" Her family puzzled over it. Gabby never called her grandfather that. Then silence. Brian drove the van back to Florida alone, tight-lipped, while Gabby's parents pleaded for answers. The nation watched as her story unfolded, her joyful post dissected, her disappearance a mystery that gripped hearts. In late September, they found her near Spread Creek in Wyoming, her life stolen by the hands she'd once trusted. The van, once a symbol of freedom, stood silent. Brian vanished into the swamps, leaving behind a confession in a notebook, a coward's final word. Gabby's family grieved, but her spirit lingered, in the art she left behind, in the wild places she loved, in the fight they vowed to wage against the shadows she couldn't escape.